My name is Eric Martin. The subject of this presentation is designing websites and documents which are compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act. The primary purpose of this presentation is to inform viewers of the policies and practices used to create ADA-compliant websites and documents. The secondary purpose of this presentation is to persuade viewers to create online documents which are ADA-compliant. The primary audience for this presentation are people who are in the position to enact changes within the workplace and who would like to create ADA-compliant online documents but don't know how or where to begin. This can include managerial, supervisory, or other related positions. The secondary audience for this presentation are people who design websites or write documentation and would like to learn about the guidelines for writing ADA-compliant online documents. This can include programmers, technical authors, or other positions. According to the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the Americans with Disabilities Act is a law which was passed in 1990 that prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities. These protections ensure that reasonable accommodations are in place within buildings, online, within the workforce, and other places. So what does it mean to be ADA compliant? Well, this primarily means that anyone can use your product. There are several standards available to ensure that your online document is ADA compliant. One of these standards are the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, or WCAG, which are guidelines created by the World Wide Web Consortium. In order to be compliant, your online document should meet the four following criteria. These are perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. This basically means that your online document should provide an acceptable user experience regardless of how your document is accessed. How is this used effectively at work? If your workplace hasn't already, implementing policies and procedures for writing ADA-compliant online documents should be implemented. This ensures that any online documents written after these policies are implemented don't have to be rewritten to be ADA compliant. If you aren't in the position to implement policies within your workplace, following the suggestions on the next slide can help ensure your documents are more accessible. Additionally, if you are building a website, try to follow the best practices outlined by the language you are programming in. These are in place not only to improve the accessibility of a website, but to ensure the code written is safe, secure, and readable. Here are some additional tips for making an online document ADA compliant. According to the ADA Best Practices Handbook, documents should be provided in an alternative format in addition to PDF. These alternative formats can include RTF or HTML file extensions and ensures compatibility with assistive technologies. Additionally, your online document should allow for user customization. This can include allowing users to adjust the font size, font color, background color, among other settings. This not only allows for a more enjoyable user experience, but also ensures that more people can engage with your product. According to Landon and Gurak, web pages should be easy to enter, exit, and navigate. This ensures users can quickly find the information they need. If your online document includes images or videos, then according to the Americans with Disabilities Act Best Practices Handbook, alternative audio or text descriptions should be provided, which ensures compatibility with assistive technologies. As an additional tip, Grand Valley State University suggests authors should ensure their documents are indeed accessible by testing their documents with various screen readers. So why make a document ADA compliant? According to the ADA Best Practices Handbook, creating accessible online documents is just as important as creating buildings which are accessible to everyone. Additionally, creating accessible online documents is a straightforward process which rarely, if ever, requires an overhaul of the existing codebase. Finally, it's the law. According to Business News Daily author Sammy Caramella, businesses which operate for more than 20 weeks per year with at least 15 full-time employees, or businesses which provide resources to the public or that fall under the category of public accommodation are required to provide online documents which are ADA compliant. By failing to do so, there is the potential for lawsuits or other financial liabilities. Ensuring that online documents are accessible and ADA compliant is very important. Not only does it ensure that everyone can view and engage with your content, but it is also the law. While the guidelines presented in this presentation are by no means thorough or complete, they can help form a foundation to create accessible online documents. Creating accessible online documents ensures that the open internet remains open and accessible for everyone. And here are my references.